What if I told you you can improve your hunchback posture while sleeping? By the end of this video, you will learn how your sleeping position affects your posture and how to set up an optimal sleeping position to improve your hunchback posture. If you want to learn how to retrain your body and movement safely and then effectively and then feel better, and be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified when I post a new video every week. Hi, I'm Taro Iwamoto. I am a Feldenkrais practitioner. With my background in athletic training, physical therapy, martial arts, and the Feldenkrais method, I have helped many people improve their posture and the movement. So now it is your turn. So why don't we start? A very common misunderstanding is that many believe posture is a fixed state. But really, posture is a reflection of years and years of habitual movement patterns. The sleeping position can reinforce or facilitate your current habitual patterns and the posture patterns. Or it can also retrain your body and your posture. It is very important for you to become aware of your movement bias and then habits. And since you are watching this video, and I'm assuming that you have a common postural pattern of round shoulder, round spine, and then a forward head posture, like this. And then also the movement pattern that facilitates your posture, this posture. So now let's look at your sleeping position. Oh, by the way, before we start that, and comment below your comfortable or your typical sleeping position. You sleep on your back, on your side, or on your stomach. So I'm going to use my skeletal model to explain the sleeping position and then what you're looking at. And so you are going to, ideally, it will probably be much easier if you have a partner with somebody who can actually take a look at your sleeping position. And so I'm going to start for a back sleeping position. So if you're back sleepers, and you can just grab your pillows and then just set up your normal sleeping position, and then have somebody take a look at you from the side. And then the things that you are going to be observing is the angle of your face. And so take a look at the height of your forehead and then take a look at the height of the chin. And then also the shape of your spine looking from the side. And so the way that you are, you're setting up your pillow, and how is it influencing your position of your head, angle of your face? Is the head, forehead higher than your chin, or is your chin higher than your forehead? And how is it influencing the shape of your spine, especially around your mid-back and upper spine? Is it pushing you up? And how much support are you using? Okay. So, and what you want to take a note is that your current setup with the amount of the pillow and all the support underneath here, is it moving you into that same posture and movement patterns, which is rounded shoulder and then a forward head posture, and then is it pushing the head further forward? So how is it doing that? So if you are a side sleeper, and go ahead and set up a pillow and then have somebody take a look at you from the side. And you want to take a look at the angle of your face. And how is the head positioned? Is the head tilted upward, downward, or is it parallel to the bed? Also take a look at the shape of your spine and then the position of your legs. Are you sleeping on your side with your spine rounded and bringing you into that same posture as your normal round shoulder, round spine, forward head posture? So in other words, even when you're sleeping in your sideways, are you actually doing the same movement and same posture? And most likely, and that the people maintain the same patterns. Like I said, a movement or the posture is a reflection of the movement patterns and habitual movement patterns. And even when you're sleeping, and then we prefer to move into the same direction, so we tend to maintain the same posture as when you're sitting. So that's the observation and an assessment part of your current sleeping position. Now let's talk about how to set up an optimal sleeping position to improve your posture. So again, take a look at the orientation of your face, the angle, okay, and then also the shape of your spine. So what you want to do is that you want to provide just enough support for your head. And if it is too much, what ends up happening is it pushes your shoulders, and then even more, it rounds your spine even more, and it pushes the head even more. Okay? So if you have excessive support, all right, this skeleton doesn't really flex that well, so you can't really see it. But it moves you further into your habitual patterns, which you don't want to do that. But then, you don't want to remove everything. Then what will happen is, if you don't have enough support, because of the curvature of your spine, and then the head is going to fall backwards. And then that's going to create a lot of discomfort and strain on your neck. You don't want to do that, right? So make sure you have to experiment a little bit, and so that you find just enough support so that you can actually, that support and the pillow is not pushing you further into your current posture, but it's just giving a little bit of room for the weight as the muscles relax, and then actually moving away from the habitual posture. So you have to find that. So you may have to try a few different pillows and then experiment and how it works. And the main thing is you want to create the support so that it's giving you enough comfort. If it doesn't feel comfortable, and then that you need to play with that a little bit. You add a little more. And so not just using a pillow, and if adding a two pillow is creating too much support. And then what I recommend is you can just use a towel and fold the towel. You can add it underneath the pillows, or just to make it so that you can actually you can make us fine adjustments. Instead of one pillow, two pillows, you can do one pillow and then tiny bit of the towels. You can fold it, and you can change the height. And also do pay attention that you support just enough, and depending on how much of the curvature you have in your spine, and you don't want the shoulders just hanging, so make sure that you just find and provide some support underneath here. So for side sleepers, not only looking at your face, the angle, but also looking at the relationship between your head and your pelvis. Right, and looking at the shape of your spine. So it's not going to be perfectly straight, of course, because of the curvature of your spine. But you don't want to bring yourself into into the ball, right? So you want to look at, and as best as you can, and trying to keep that alignment, your head and then the pelvis, and it's pretty close to the same line. And so you have to position your legs accordingly. If you bring your legs up too high, and that's going to round your spine furthermore. But once again, comfort is very important. If it's not comfortable, then you're going to tense up, and that doesn't really help. So important things again, and to pay attention, is angle of your face, so that more or less parallel to the floor. And then also find the support, so that the head is not hanging. If there is no support, well, obviously that's not going to be comfortable. But if you have too much support, and then that brings your head to the side, and that's not good. That's not how you want to train your nervous system, your body. at night when you're sleeping. And then another thing to look at is the relationship between the head and the pelvis. You want to be close to the same line as possible. And then looking at the shape of your spine. So as you align your head and then pelvis, and then the spine, it tends to line up more neutral. Bringing your legs too far up, it's going to round your spine. Bringing your legs too far down, it's going to maybe strain your back. So you have to find happy medium place for you. Okay. So key thing is you don't want to be forceful. Even though you want to change your posture, you are aware of your posture and then you want to do. Naturally, you want to correct it. But if you're trying to forcefully correct yourself, and then that's going to create a major strain and an uncomfortable sensation. You don't want that. And what happens when you create such a discomfort to the system, and then the body is going to tense up and then bring you back into your habitual patterns, which is going to reinforce your patterns even more. So you don't want to do that. It is very important that you don't force and you don't correct your posture. If you don't provide enough support, and your body is going to fight against that force, and it really is going to reinforce and maintain your habits, or even facilitate your habits. That's not really what you want, right? It is important that you don't force or correct your posture. If you don't provide enough support, and what happens is the body will start to fight against the force and discomfort as a defense mechanism, and you don't want that. And so the trick is really to find just the right amount of support, and so that the body can slowly adjust to the new position, which is really a new movement pattern. And as your body, your nervous system starts to adapt the new movement patterns, and it starts to incorporate that pattern into a daily movement. And as your movement patterns and habitual movement patterns change, and your posture would change also. And thus, you can improve your posture while you're sleeping. And so setting up an optimal sleeping position, it does make a difference. It is very important. Remember, posture is not a fixed state or position, and posture is a reflection of years and years of your habitual movement patterns. If you want to improve your posture, you can grab your free posture transformation guide at the link below. Check out these videos, and if you like this video, and hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe and share with your friends. Comment below how helpful you found this video was. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Happy mindful movement. Bye bye.